Well, I got a new game for you, Roy.
Oh boy, I'm right on the edge of my seat.
This is officially licensed by Nintendo. Back when Activision was semi-respectable.
They can still turn out something that's kind of half crap these days.
Yeah, this is NeverSoft. This was actually their first game that they did that was not in the Tony Hawk franchise.
So this is not Tony Hawk Pro Buffalo Herder.
No. And this game starts off the way that any game should, with Lance Hendrickson quoting scripture.
Adds a touch of class already.
I think you missed a couple lines there. So this is Gun. This is an open world. It's an open world third-person shooter, revisionist western, developed by NeverSoft.
So sort of a proto Red Dead Redemption.
It came out 1 year after Red Dead Revolver, which was the spiritual predecessor to Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to turn the subtitles off. This game's subtitles are horrible. I redid all of them, including in that intro video that you just saw.
I appreciate your dedication.
Yes, they all either have bad grammar or they don't match what they're saying. Also, I'm playing on hard. I did try to play this game on Insane initially. It just doesn't really work out, on console at least. So, some bonus points initially for historical accuracy. Francisco Coronado did go on an expedition starting in what's now modern-day Kansas City, through the southwestern U.S. between 1540 and 1542. However, it diverts pretty quickly from history by the end of this cutscene. As you can probably tell from this opening cutscene, he's about to get his shit slaughtered. He didn't die until 1554, and he died in Mexico City.
So we've got it twisted already.
Wrong year, wrong decade, and the wrong country. But other than that, very historically accurate. I'm pretty sure that I actually have no idea why this particular flashback is here, because its relevance to the story is not going to be for a really long time yet.
They gotta keep you guessing somehow.
Yeah, 300 years later. That's quite the flashback.
Montana, 1880. My name is Colton White. My father and I hunt game for the steamboats traveling the Missouri. Not a bad living if you can stand your old man kicking you every morning at dawn.
This game also has some really weird geography. Like we're starting in Montana, and we'll be going all across the U.S. in a very small scale representation of the southwestern U.S. Apparently, Montana is southwest.
So we're compressed USA here.
Very compressed.
The more game we bag, the more we get paid. Let's get moving.
That man sounded very familiar, as did the man in the monologue, the opening monologue. This game has some pretty serious voice talent behind it.
It sounds like it's a little star-studded.
Yeah, it is star-studded both with Hollywood talent as well as like regular voice actors that you hear all the time in video games. So our protagonist, Cole, is voiced by Thomas Joyce. And our dad here is voiced by Chris Christopherson, who's the guy you get when Nick Nolte just won't behave.
And that is actually some beautiful country for the GameCube.
Yeah, so I totally forgot to mention that this game is multi-platform. It was made for the PS2, GameCube, Xbox, and was a launch title for the Xbox 360. It also has a re-release for the... Oh, here. Draw your weapon. Press the R button. It also had a re-release for the PSP, with a bit more extra content. Also, look at my amazing aim. That's going to be a recurring problem in this particular episode. I do not shoot well. I don't know why they start you off shooting quail, because there are no enemies that are anywhere near that small for the rest of the game.
You can take down the next group with your quick draw.
That's a good gauge of your accuracy.
Oh, sorry, Dad. I shot you.
Chris Christopherson, no!
That was too easy. I'll try to get all these.
Well, looks like we're going to have to hire Clancy Brown now. He's a lot cheaper.
Close enough.
That went a lot better that time, despite that's supposed to be the harder challenge. Yeah, that is... maybe I should put that up on screen. The original subtitle is HOWL!
So something that they really didn't need to subtitle ridiculously.
Yeah, that's like a recurring problem with the original game's subtitles as well. Yes, as I mentioned before, I'm also playing on hard. The hardest difficulty is insane, which I tried playing. It's just not very fun to play and not very fun to watch. If you're interested in seeing a Let's Play of this game on Insane, which isn't quite as in-depth, like it doesn't do 100% completion like this game, like this LP will, I would suggest checking out Missile Waster, his Let's Play of the game from a couple of years ago. It's a pretty good LP, although this one will go for 100% completion, and his just tries to beat the game normally. And this one's on hard, so it's still a pretty difficult game, even on hard.
To bag at least 2 of these out.
Here's more of my amazing aiming skills coming up. Oh, I got one, but oh, never mind. Yes, truly.
The Hunt for Food minigame from the Oregon Trail has really come a long way.
Revolver Ocelot would be proud. I was right on the crosshair there. I'm pretty sure that was just a hitbox problem. Like the other 5 shots, that was on me.
Come on, let's go collect our kills.
The important ones on the game.
Careful on
yeah.
down so you don't hurt yourself.
So yeah, in order to crouch there, you just tap the L trigger. And now we got to get those wolves out there, because that's our mate.
Hear that, boy? Whoa.
Yes, you told me the first time, Dad. Come on.
You hear that, boy? Wolves. I see them, Dad. I don't have to hear them.
And he said that after having already warned us once before about the wolves, following a wolf attack that happened about 2 or 3 minutes ago, I think. So yeah, I don't think Dad's memory is what it once was. Also, you recover health by drinking whiskey.
This
standard.
is my kind of game already.
Yes, and having seen a playthrough of Red Dead Revolver recently, that mechanic I think was taken straight from there. There's a lot of surprising similarities between those two games. Although Red Dead Revolver seems to be going for more of a grindhouse aesthetic, or like an late 50s, early 60s spaghetti western kind of feel, complete with film grain. Oh no, a bear.
He just wants a hug, Pa.
So the game wants you to pick up Ned's rifle to defeat the bear, but I was curious as to whether the game would actually allow you to defeat the bear with your current equipment. And as it turns out, it totally lets you do that. Takes a while though, as you can see.
It takes a while, but it lets you do that.
It absolutely lets you do it. So props to the game for letting you avoid the railroading if you so choose. Even though there's absolutely no reason to do so. And the game just sort of pretends that you pick up the rifle anyway, but... Anyway, let's go see how our dad's doing. He kind of looks like the dad from Cabela's Dangerous Haunts.
Oh no!
He still has his eye though.
It's wearing your rifle and that shit in your pants.
Another tick or two and you'd be putting me to bed with a pick and shovel.
You're too damn ornery to die.
Well, it prides me to see it's rubbed off on you plenty. Always remember, son, in this world, pure cussedness will carry you farther than the Comanche's pony.
But specifically only as far as the Comanche's pony. All other ponies are faster than a pure cussedness. So the implication there is that they're hunters that are sort of living off the land, and this steamboat here is how they're going to be transporting their meat over across the river there.
After you killed all that, there's not going to be much room on the boat for passengers.
Yeah. Believe it or not, that was already mission 1. This game only has 18 missions. And that tutorial mission counted as mission 1. We're already on mission 2.
Be back in a moment. Did you bring it? Where is it? In the safe?
You know your dad's getting old when he just invites a prostitute over to talk. Doesn't even bother to bang her. He just wants a discussion.
He just wants to see what's in the safe.
You know, at this point, she's really more like a daughter to me.
Immediate sense of stranger danger here.
Oh, hey, another very familiar voice. How are you doing, Grima Wormtongue?
I do all right, preacher.
I'll rest easy tonight knowing one so capable as you is among us.
So yeah, this is Brad Dourif, another Hollywood star among our ledger.
If that's a man of the cloth.
I immediately do not like him.
Keep an eye on it. I'm gonna have a
Could
word
possibly have
with
given that away.
Tell me where it is you want and hold.
Hey, language, buddy.
Save the lives of everyone on this boat.
I actually went back through the footage there, and for one frame, her hand clips through his head. Also, while I don't like the fridging of a woman this early into the game, that is a pretty good shot, or interesting shot of her rolling over to reveal the knife, the axe going through her umbrella and into her head.
It's very cinematic.
Oh no! We've had these
Oh, God.
mysterious men attacking the boat.
Civil
hey,
War
look.
zombies.
I just killed Nolan North. I'm horrible. I'm an awful person. Well, yeah, Nolan North has regenerative properties. We'll be seeing him a couple of times throughout this.
He keeps
throughout
coming
this level.
back.
Yep.
find your hell starting to drop, look for a flash. One quick stroke sits away.
I feel like this was supposed to be a plot point about the white man turning savage, but it kind of gets lost later on in favor of this mysterious reverend character that we will see later.
I'd almost swear 3 of them looked alike.
So that dialogue was triggered on, had a floor trigger, and it was supposed to be spoken by that enemy who I already shot in the head, who was taking the woman hostage. You could tell that this was NeverSoft's first attempts at making a non-skateboarding game. Also, I kind of had trouble finding the kill boat.
I've noticed a few of those Civil War gentlemen look suspiciously like your father. They may be reusing textures here.
Oh, definitely. There's a lot of reused NPC models, which, I mean, hell, at this point even Rockstar was doing it, so it was just a resource thing.
Yeah, you killed at least 5 of that guy. The Double McTwins got shit on this game. It sure is nice of this cannon to reload itself.
Yep. Thankfully, it doesn't last much longer. There, it's already done.
We made it through.
They got the pilot! Boat's out of control!
Get up
Well,
here, kid. I need your
this
help.
part's actually quite difficult, even on hard. Just because you don't have much cover here, and at this point of the game, your guns are pretty weak, and the enemies here are surprisingly accurate, and because they all have six shooters and revolvers. Oh, sorry, Nolan. So yeah, basically because they're all they all have rapid fire guns. You could die in like 3 or 4 shots, and there's a limited amount of whiskey around to drink, and only one real place to refill until you get to the top of the boat.
No more rum.
They're climbing over the railing on the north side. Use your to drop them off.
Also, yeah, that's some bullshit there. This was a quick draw tutorial, and I was out of quick draw, and the game didn't refill it for me. I like to think Ned was being sarcastic there, because I had like primarily used my knife, and I didn't have any quick draw left.
The deck may be slippery.
I'll take this side. You man the other.
Also, if you're in the right spot, you can actually see these guys spawn in. But you have to be like pretty out of your way, but you can still see them. I think there's a speed run or two where you can see it. So eventually, I think during the final wave, the enemies will get themselves killed in an explosion.
Here he is. Help me out, Cole.
I think it's this wave. Either this wave or the wave after this. No, it's the wave after this. But up until then, it's all up to you. There you go. Last 3 enemies.
Right.
Mission complete!
It's too late. That preacher killed her. Son of a bitch is leading the ambush.
Son, listen close, because there ain't much time. I've done my best to raise you right, but all your life I've been lying to you.
Uh-oh.
The boilers are gonna blow. Quick, take this. That's a token to the Alhambra, the cat house in Dodge City. Go there and ask for Jenny.
I ain't leaving you, Pa.
God damn it, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I ain't your father. Now,
I'm your mother.
What?
Yep, there's the big intro plot twist. Also, I think I heard Nolan North grunting there for a second. Oh no, we got knocked out by a star.
That is an ominous train.
Yep. That shot right there is one of the few times where the game actually goes into 60 frames per second, but they're so brief that it's really not worth doing. It's really not worth recording the whole game in 60 FPS just for those brief moments. Oh, we got a new character here.
Be recovered, sir.
Uh-oh.
Big boss!
The war had it stowed inside the safe and it sank to the bottom of the river.
failure.
What is that, like, fake Confederate flag in the background there? So that's gun. That's the first 20 minutes, 19 and a half minutes of gun. I think we're in for a good time. You know, Ninja Blade was pretty crazy, but this game has its own quirks.
I think this is going to be good.
It's definitely going to be good.